Grace and peace multiplied, everybody. I hope you're having a good day, a wonderful day. And thank God for letting us to have His precious breath of life to see another Lord's Sabbath day of rest. It's a beautiful thing. I want to show you something. I want to point out some things to you. Not going to take up much of your time. I'll go straight to this history book for the moment called The Faith of Our Fathers by this Roman Catholic Cardinal James Gibbons. Now, there are different editions to this book, but the page I'm going to in my book is page 77. And I'm bringing this to you because recently, what was it, last month, we had this so-called holy man come to America, and you see that we are truly in the last days, because you see how now he done went on back home. He done went on back home to Rome, and now all this stuff escalating in the land of Jerusalem between the Edomites and the Arabs, because they want him to come over there as a so-called peacemaker between them. They have the mindset that he's the one, the only one that can bring peace to that land, which shows you something in prophecy, because the Lord say when he gather his people, his chosen people, a second time, there will be peace in the land. But the Edomites claim that they was gathered in 1948. They are not at peace. They are fighting the Palestinians on a daily basis. So that shows you Revelation 2:9 and 3:9 is in full effect. They are not the true Jews. But anyway, Faith of Our Fathers, Cardinal Gibbons, in my book, page 77. And read you some of this blasphemy that the Roman Catholic Church has been perpetuating for years. Third, a rule of faith, or a competent guide to heaven. Heaven. Who wants to go to heaven? Satan. Must be able to instruct in all the truths necessary for salvation. Now, the scriptures alone do not contain all the truths which a Christian is bound to believe. That's a lie. Didn't Jesus say in John chapter 5 verse 39, search the scriptures? But here they telling you something contrary. Okay. Nor do they explicitly enjoin all the duties which he is obliged to practice. That's a lie. Not to mention other examples. Is not every Christian obliged to sanctify Sunday and to abstain on that day from unnecessary servile work? No. Is not the observance of this law among the most prominent of our sacred duties? Yeah, y'all sacred duties. The Catholic Church sacred duties, yeah. Because y'all want to teach what y'all want to teach and not the truth. But you may read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, and you will not find a single line authorizing the sanctification of Sunday. That's the truth. The Lord tells you from beginning to end of the Bible to keep the Sabbath day, the seventh day of the week. Have your holy convocation, your holy gathering on that day. Matter of fact, in Mark chapter 2, verse 28, and in other places, the Lord tells you he is the Lord of the Sabbath. And the Sabbath was made for you to keep, for a perpetual covenant, which means forever. The scriptures enforce the religious observance of Saturday, a day which we never sanctify. You see the blasphemy? They just gonna straight out tell you they not gonna keep the Sabbath day, even though the Lord say keep it. And that's what they've been doing for forever. Who has that same mindset to be contrary to God? Satan, the devil. So you go to church on Sunday, you following after the Catholic Church, plain and simple. Who is in turn following after Satan, the devil, or getting their influence from Satan, the devil. And whereas their final destination gonna be? The lake of fire. Anybody that ain't on the Lord's side when he returns and make his second coming, woe for you. Now I'm gonna show you something else. I was gonna go straight to the Bible. Oops. That's my new Bible. Praise God. Show you something else of the blasphemy. This is all the different denominations. You heard of the Protestant Reformation, right? Well, you see, all the Methodists, Witnesses, Mormons, Protestants, Baptists. Speaking of which, almost a year ago, around this time, at my last job, there was this devout Catholic woman that started working with us, and she asked this coworker of mine. She said, "Are you Catholic?" And she said, "No, I'm Baptist." And the devout Catholic woman said back to her, "It's all the same." I died laughing because she was telling the truth. And here's proof of it. This is where it starts. The Roman Catholic Church gave you all these different denominations. When you read the Bible, there is no denomination. The Lord tells you one law for all. But even though the Protestant Reformation was breaking away from the Catholic Church, they still do the same thing. They still got them pagan crosses. They still got images. They still got statues 40, 50, 100 feet tall. The Lord don't say do none of that. Blasphemy. Blasphemy. I was going to go off into the deep end, but I'm just going to read you Jeremiah 28. No, Jeremiah 29, verse 8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, let not your prophets and your diviners that be in the midst of you deceive you, neither hearken to your dreams which ye have caused to be dreamed. For they prophesy falsely unto you in my name. I have not sent them. This religious organization, they coming in the name of Christ. But you can even go back to when they was getting ready to elect this new pope. They didn't nobody read no scriptures. You know? So where's they getting philosophies out of their own mind? But the Lord tells you, search the scriptures. And as a matter of fact, it tells you you even have a more sure word of prophecy in the Old Testament. But we got a lot of people that call themselves New Testament Christians. They ain't going back in the Old Testament. And Jesus tell you in Matthew 24 to go back and read in the book of Daniel about the abomination of desolation, which is the office of this Pope, Vicarious Filii, the vicar of Christ, which means substitute for the Son of God on earth. Come on now. Grace and peace multiplied.